and I am the owner of Hot Salvation. There's not been a record shop in East Kent for at least 10 years that sells new vinyl. Any vinyl shoppers in the whole of East Kent, Thanet, Margate, Ashford, Canterbury, Faversham, Deal, Dover, and down here in Folkestone Hythe, have gotten used to travelling or buying online. There's not an existing audience already shopping for records in Kent that we can tap into. We are building that. It started very small, it's still small, but it's growing. Our busy days are Friday and Saturday. Online is a reasonably good source of income, probably accounts for 20% of our business. Online, we're a much smaller fish in a much larger pond, and we go up against Amazon and we go up against Norman Records and much larger sellers that are able to sell at slightly lower prices. So that's quite a tough one for us to negotiate. We have to try and engage with the demand, and the demand is of a much more general music fan. So we've got artists A to Z, which is sort of like our general rock and pop section where the music is not maybe quite so niche. And we've got like soundtracks, prog and kraut rock, electronica, hip hop, alternative A to Z, which is quite a big section, post rock, doom, metal, metalcore, thrash, black metal, death metal, and we have punk in a few different denominations. We split punk into kind of pre-1990 and post-1990. We divide it up into European and US as well. Post-hardcore and emo, garage rock, post-punk, world music, soul and R&B, reggae, ska, jazz funk, I think folk, country. I think maybe that's most of them. You know, we sell a lot more pop music than I thought maybe we would, but that's not really a complaint, that's okay. You know, I like a lot of that stuff. And that allows us to then, you know, explore the musical genres that we're really interested in and kind of furrow into musical avenues with our label like we want to do as well, and sourcing really good second-hand records and trying to constantly just trying to keep the balance right in the shop for people that might come in and look for stuff. We've only been open here since October, and already the stock has grown by sort of 5 to 10%, shrunk by 5 to 10%. We're expanding much more into electronic music and hip hop, which was an area of demand that didn't really show itself in the beginning, which is now areas that we need to keep well stocked and we need to diversify because we're growing an audience there. Whereas like indie rock and guitar music is a bit of a dead duck, which is different to what we thought it would be. If I could, I would listen to weird, obscure library music and, you know, obscure punk music all day, but that's not really a realistic business model, and you know, this is a business first and foremost. So
I'm Kitty, and I work at a cafe down the road, and I'm into more electronic kind of music. I come here probably, I would say once every 2 weeks. I'm trying to buy less albums, more 12-inch singles. I don't come here looking for anything in particular. I'll just come and just see, and you know, George will recommend stuff and I'll just put stuff on, and yeah. So it's more about, I guess, coming here to find new music rather than coming here to buy something that I already know.
Pretty much my whole life is run out of this diary with to-do stuff on, and this calendar on my iPad. Sort of 6:30, 7 every day I'm up, and I get my children to nursery and school. I have to clean the store. I have to unload the dishwasher, put all the cups out, fill the urn for water, for coffee, and I work my way through my inbox and make my to-do list for the day. My to-do list for the day will normally include picking items from online orders from the previous evening and previous day, and picking them and packing them. That's this last day's orders ready to go out. I have to do pre-sales every week for new stock, so for anywhere between 3 and 6 weeks in the future. And just general working in the shop. I'm in the shop on my own. I have to go and get my son every afternoon, so I normally have to leave the shop with someone willing volunteer, or shut the shop altogether and go and get my son at about 3 o'clock. 5 o'clock comes and we shut the shop and we go and pick up Henry, who's my other son, from nursery or wherever he is. We go home and I make them some tea, and it's bedtime hour, so sort of work shuts down for a couple of hours. Nat's home from London about 6:30. And the kids go to bed at 7. We make ourselves some dinner, and then we normally do a couple of hours work in the evening, be it pre-sales, or at the moment what's taking up most of our time is record store day and bands, shows, running a shop, serving customers, running a record label. I sort of need a checklist every day just to get through it. The label in the main is a regional thing. There's a couple of acts that are from outside the area, but it's pretty important that we are an East Kent label and that we work with East Kent artists. Part of our remit is to at least try and fight against that kind of tide of absolute sort of apathy within these towns, and to try and stick a flag in and say actually there is really good stuff happening, and support and develop that. The idea is to keep going and keep providing aspirations and opportunities for people to take risks, and hopefully we'll see some really interesting and really weird music coming out of this area that hopefully we'll have a part in.
So I'm Chris, I am the vocalist in a punk band called Mass Lines.
My name is Tom and I play guitar in Mass Lines.
I guess in general terms we're a punk band. The best description I've heard is a white collar punk band, because I guess we're kind of touch upon politics, social politics in what we do.
Chris, he's a very good lyricist, and he likes to paint a picture, and he'll tell a story. And I think more and more the band becomes about being a vehicle for these vocal paintings that he constructs.
I've known George for quite a few years. He's helped out with previous bands that we're involved in, and I've played in bands within myself. We're all fans of Hot Salvation, both the label and his record shop, and when we finished our record, we just sent it to him on the off chance that it was something that he might help promote or even be interested in, and we were lucky enough that he came back and said that he really liked it and he wanted to do something with it.
We have a really cool record, and one day when we're old we can show our grandkids what we did when we were younger, you know. I'm very grateful for the fact that the guys at Hot Salvation, who are cool dudes and dudettes, have enabled us to be able to catalogue it.
And considering the bands that he's put out, the bands that are on Hot Salvation, like really couldn't be more chuffed to be in that kind of company.
Hey, thank you.
We come from Barcelona. It's our first time here in Folkestone. and keyboard and voice. What about you?
I play guitar, trumpet, and
You play like a thing that it's like this. What is?
yeah, this is a cat.
I've heard that there's a really good record shop here called Hot Salvation Records.
Yes.
And then I just talked to them, hey, we're coming to have the Thai coconut curry. Why don't you co-release our record? And they said yes. So we, as you may know, we self-release our records in Spain, but we co-release it with different labels in different countries.
Cool release it.
Yeah, cool release it. We cool release it.
Cool release it, yeah.
And in the UK, we cool release it with a DIY collective from Sheffield called the Audacious Art Experiment. And Hot Salvation has also joined the team in this last album. It's really cool to work with George, and we're really happy to be here, thanks to him.
We really want to say that we are thankful and joyful to share our energies through the music with really nice people. And, I think this is so important.
Yeah, that's what we like in music, no?
Yeah.
Traveling and meeting new people and people that think about things more or less the same way as us.
Yeah. So, cheers for Hot Salvation. Cheers for George.